Melatonin is often known as the sleep hormone, helping your body know when it's time to fall asleep, when it's time to wake up. But now researchers are suggesting it could have an unexpected side effect, in this case, weight loss. Take a look. In a country where over 30% of the population is obese, it's no wonder millions of Americans are trying anything and everything to get healthy and lose fat. Now, researchers from overseas and the University of Texas have discovered that taking melatonin may increase fat loss. Melatonin is the same supplements that sold over the counter to aid jet lag, and many people take it before bed. But the question is, can it now help with the extra bulge in your belly? Okay, I know what everyone's thinking. I gotta go to the store, I gotta get me some. That's why we do what we do here, okay? Because I didn't want everyone just run into the store. But right now, hey, 3 million American adults, 500,000 kids take melatonin. And it was interesting, this study wasn't on humans, which is very important. Because we are a society that suffers with a lack of sleep. We're a society that's suffering with being overweight and obese. And so people are flocking to things like melatonin, anything they can try, but little caution here.
Melatonin may help increase the amount of brown fat, which generates more heat, dissipates more energy. And also, we know that it decreases the amount, at least in this study, of the intra-abdominal fat, that fat that's in your belly, not in your skin, but around your pancreas, around your organs, which is so dangerous.
We don't have brown fat, though. So.
No, exactly. Melatonin is a hormone that's secreted in your brain by the pineal gland. It allows us to know when to wake up, when to go to sleep. Studies on insomnia have actually been really mixed as to whether or not it does anything. And we know that when you do take it, even for jet lag, it can make you groggy. It can certainly have side effects like even improving or increasing your blood sugar levels, making them worse, making them higher. It can give you bad dreams. So it's not a totally benign thing to take even for jet lag. But in this case, I think it's important to point out that it's a supplement. So it's not a medication. It's not regulated the same way as a medication is. And so we really don't even know when you go to that store and you buy melatonin what you're getting. In fact, a recent study showed that 71% of the supplements of melatonin that were tested were not what they said on the label. Some had as much as 4 times the melatonin that was in the label. Some said a lot less. So just remember, when you're talking about taking something to regulate your health that's a supplement and not a drug, it hasn't been studied, and it's certainly not regulated in the same way as well.
If somebody does take it, a human, that the only way that it would work, that we can explain how it works, would be by the placebo effect.
I think that people who are having trouble sleeping when they take any form of supplement, they may sleep better for the very reason you mentioned, which is placebo effect. And people also, I think, feel like at least if they're doing something, it's better than nothing. It is interesting to me, though, that melatonin is a hormone that you naturally secrete. And modern society now has forced us to engage in a lot of habits that naturally suppress melatonin. That's why at night we often have trouble falling asleep, because interestingly, all the devices that we have emit light that suppress your melatonin. That's why I always tell people before you go to bed, shut off all your electronics. Don't have the TV on in your bedroom. Make sure your room is really dark, because what that does is it primes your brain to get ready for sleep. You naturally release melatonin. So if there is some truth to this study, the beauty is you can naturally increase your melatonin production. And I think it does also tie in, we know people who sleep a little bit better, they lose weight.
Well, that's right. And
they actually, yeah.
And for the same reason, people who don't get good sleep are more likely to be overweight. So it makes sense why people would think, oh, could this help? We don't have that data.
And if you are going to take melatonin, I would just recommend discussing it with your doctor and make sure you are sourcing from a manufacturer that you trust.